Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have today is a 2014 Cadillac CTS luxury collection. This CTS sedan is painted in Silver Coast metallic. It does have smart key access at all four doors. On the key fob you have the buttons for lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, and panic. This is an all-wheel drive model. Front door panels have storage. Your power trunk release. It does have a premium Bose sound system. Power windows, locks, and mirrors, and you also have two-person memory settings for the driver's seat. This one has a two-tone light cashmere and medium cashmere interior with leather seat upholstery. Both front seats are fully powered with four-way power lumbar support. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine, and it does have push-button ignition. The CTS was a mid-sized luxury car sold by Cadillac that replaced the Cadillac Catera. The model was produced over the span of 3 generations from model years 2003 through 2019. It in turn was replaced by the Cadillac CT5 for 2020. The CTS is also notable for being the first Cadillac model to get the high-performance Cadillac V-Series treatment. This 2014 model represents the third and final generation of the CTS, which was made in total from model years 2014 through 2019. Unlike the second generation, which was made in sedan, coupe, and wagon body styles, the third-gen CTS was exclusively a sedan. It rides on the rear-wheel drive-based General Motors Alpha platform. For 2016, the third-gen CTS got its high-performance V variant, and it was rocking the supercharged V8 out of the C7 Corvette Z06. However, 2014 and 2015 CTS Vs were still being made as well as carry-over second-generation models. This whole generational overlap with the second and third generation CTS was a bit confusing, to be honest, so I guess I'll just explain it in a caption right now instead of rambling for the next minute. Anyways, 2016, in addition to the new third generation CTS V, also brought in a revised version of the 3.6-liter V6 engine. 2017 also brought about some minor styling updates. Trim levels for the US market 2014 model year CTS sedan included Standard, Luxury, Performance, Premium, V-Sport, and V-Sport Premium. The 3 engines on offer for the 14 CTS sedan included a 2-liter turbo inline-4, which this one has, a 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6, and the V-Sport's 3.6-liter twin-turbo V6. Rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive were your drivetrain options, the latter of which being what this one has. All 4-cylinder models used a 6-speed automatic transmission. So in the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges, which are your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. Then we also have a digital info display, which can be gone through via these controls on the steering wheel. So we have 3 different displays we can configure. On either side, we can display whatever we want. As you can see what we're going through right now, say you want the range on this side. And then on this side, you can choose from stuff as well. So you want your, say you want your oil life right there, or tire pressure. Then the middle screen is the main one. If you push down on select, you have your sub-menus as well. You have your digital speedometer, compass, settings, that kind of stuff. Actually pretty simple once you get used to it. It has a 3-spoke design, heated, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. It does have sport grips. And as for controls, on this side, you'll find your cruise controls, along with the gap adjust for your forward collision alert, voice command button, Bluetooth phone button, heated steering wheel toggle button is right here. Then on this side you'll find your information display controls as well as your volume and seat track for your audio system. And the steering wheel is power, tilt, and telescopic. You also have paddle shifters on the back of the spokes to manually shift the transmission, and these things feel excellent. They are real metal. A little bit of storage along with your panel dimmer. Right here is the car's electronically operated parking brake. Climate vent for the driver. On this side, you have your exterior lighting stock. Then on this side, you find your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents. Right here is your whole touchscreen interface for your Q infotainment system, which we'll go over more in a bit. Flanking it, you do have a couple of touch-sensitive buttons. You got your parking sensors toggle, button to open the glove box, hazard switch, and your lane departure alert button. And then below here, then this panel right below here is also fully touch-sensitive. It does give you like haptic feedback, but you have your power button, home shortcut button, and then this volume slider, you just run your finger over it and the volume goes up or down. But then you have dual zone automatic climate controls. You can control from here your different temperature for either side, fan speed, off, auto, recirculation, different zones. And then you also have 3-stage heated and cooled front seats, which you can control via these buttons as well. And then the whole screen, or the whole panel, can go up to reveal a little secret storage area with a USB-A port. And this whole system we'll go over more in a bit. Next to the gear shifter, behind this electronic cover, you'll find 2 cup holders. This right here I always thought was kind of overkill, gimmicky, but I mean at least it's still working in this car. Going into reverse does reveal a backup camera with guidance lines. Behind the shifter, you have your traction control button, and with this switch, you can go through your different drive modes. You have Tour, Sport, and Snow and Ice. Behind this cover, it's a little bit of storage and a 12-volt power outlet. You have a center console with some storage, and you've also got a couple of USB ports and an aux port. It's kind of hard to see down there. But then you have another 12-volt power outlet as well. Both sun visors have vanity mirrors and lights. Grab handles at all 4 corners. Auto-dimming rear view. And on the overhead console, you have your LED reading lights, OnStar roadside assistance, passenger airbag indicator, garage home link, and you have your controls for your panoramic sunroof. Pretty nice, opens up quite a bit. I gotta say I like the interior of this CTS. I think with this generation of CTS, when Cadillac first launched it in 2014, they really went for it. Just, I can tell with, at the time, this is very, technologically advanced, and just like with the metal paddle shifters, all the materials in here still feels really good. It still feels very luxurious and classy in here, 10 years later. Alright, so here's the Q infotainment system in this 2014 CTS. Q, of course, meaning Cadillac User Experience. You have the home shortcut button right here. And under audio, again, nice having the premium Bose sound system. This car is pretty loaded. The premium sound system, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof. Got a lot of stuff in this one. But then, anyways, you have AM, FM, Sirius XM. Nice to have in your media, so you have your CD player in the glove box, and your Bluetooth stuff. Move on to phone, you have this, and then in these menus, you have some shortcuts along the top. You go back to audio, phone, navigation, climate. Anyways, OnStar Nav, it's just showing a compass, so I'm not sure if this has an actual navigation map. Then you have quite a lot of settings. You can just scroll through here. You have Pandora, And then you can control your climate from the screen. So your fan speed, different zones right here, temperature for either side. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. All 4 windows are fully automatic. Interesting thing about the 3rd gen CTS, if it's this Cadillac logo, then it's a 2014. If it's the other logo, the other updated Cadillac crest, then it's a 2015 and up. Standard on the luxury trim are these 17-inch 10-spoke alloy rims. Now, this car is overall in great shape. However, the hood struts are gone. So, you gotta hold it up like this. Powering this luxury collection is the CTS's base engine for 2014, that being the LTG 2-liter turbocharged inline-4. It has an aluminum block and head, dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, variable valve timing, and direct injection. Horsepower is rated at 272 at 5,500 RPM, and torque is rated at 295 pound-feet from 3,000 to 4,500 RPM. This engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode, and this CTS gets its power sent to all 4 wheels via the optional all-wheel drive system. Running on recommended premium unleaded with a 19-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates are 19 mpg in the city and 28 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Stopping the CTS are 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes. You also have storage on the back door panels. Split folding rear seats. In terms of backseat passenger amenities, both front seats have map pockets in the backs. Your grab handles, little LED reading lights, coat hooks. You also have a little bit of storage, your own set of climate vents. A little bit of storage here as well, along with a 12-volt power outlet. And then we even have a folding center armrest with 2 cup holders and some storage, along with a trunk pass-through. Leather back here is in really good shape, beautiful with the perforations, and nice aluminum or polished metal trim with the wood, the Alcantara leather. Again, when Cadillac came out with this generation of CTS back in 2014, the interior quality, just very nice. Even to this day, I think, it's still a very high-quality, luxurious-feeling interior. Now, space back here, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable position for myself. Now, the CTS has never been the most spacious, even though this wasn't even Cadillac's entry-level car at this point. That would have been the ATS. Footroom is okay, legroom is okay, headroom is okay. It's not uncomfortable by any means, it's still nice back here, but it's not quite as cavernous as like the back seat of a flagship car. But it's still a reasonably comfortable back seat, still very luxurious. Nice place to be. But I have been in quite a bit roomier back seats in cars similarly sized to this. Dual exhausts. Trunk space in the CTS sedan is 13.7 cubic feet. If you need more space, the back seats can be folded down as well. And the fuel door is on the passenger side. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2014 Cadillac CTS. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.